Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, once, twice, three times, got a little bit of something to talk about. That's Luther, y'all. And he's got something he wants to say, but while he's saying it, I'm going to do some talking. Two things that we want to talk about this morning. 5:16 a.m. I went to sleep at 4 yesterday and woke up at 10. Woke up at 9. Sorry, had 5 hours of sleep. Woke back up at 9. Went back to sleep at 10. Woke back up at 5 this morning. Got my 11 and a half hours of sleep, which is what I've been trying to get to, but it took 4 days. Now, I needed that continuous sleep so that I could get the rest I need so I can move on. That's my routine, y'all. So it's just a workout, so to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a gentleman who asked for a consult. And what he put in an email as to the reason for his requesting a consult, and there was nothing wrong with this. He explained that he was, no, let me say exactly what he said. He said something to the effect that such and such refused the tender. Excuse me? Such refused the tender. Well, I don't help you, any of you, with enforcing your so called tenders. So I automatically refunded him his money and told him that's not what I do. He wrote back and said, "Hey, you misunderstood me. I never got that email." What I did was I immediately sent him, oh, y'all know what's going on, right? Billy Ocean? Yeah, y'all, this is a mix. Okay? All right. Anyway, I sent them a notification, your monies have been refunded. Well, he purchased one of the programs. And after he saw that I refunded his money, he demanded a refund on a program that he purchased. And I had to let him know, okay, fine, but because you made these different transactions and because I refunded your money, every time I make a transaction through this company, we get charged. So I'm going to minus those fees. I decided to call him to find out what was going on. And while talking to him, we went over the emails and I saw that he had said I misunderstood. And I told him I never got that, never looked at it because of all the emails I get. That's why the email that I send during the consults, says, "Hey, we need to have our prequel where you explain what's going on." That never happened. Talked to him. We had a meaningful conversation. And I told him, "Hey, this has been a long day. And I am exhausted, getting ready to go to sleep." And it was 6 o'clock in the evening, my time. We made arrangements to talk again. And he said he still wanted the consult. I said, "Okay, well, we're still refunding you the funds on the other one, so I'll just take the consult funds out of that. I won't charge you any of the fees regarding the consult, but I will have to charge you the fees on the refund for the other program." Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, especially with me, especially when I'm doing all that I'm doing, especially when everything else is going on, especially when the system is designed to try to overwhelm me, y'all are going to have to understand something. First, I ain't got time for the petty stuff, the petty conversations, the one-on-ones that don't amount to anything. No, no, I'm not talking about that, gentlemen. That was a complete misunderstanding. I'm talking about all of the other emails I get. I got people, one person asked me if I would become his trustee. Yes, I read your email. I'm not going to respond to it because I never said that's what I would do for any of you. Okay? I have all of these clients for whom I'm operating as limited power of attorney. I have to look out for their interests. And now I got to deal with all of their creditors who have been trying to act a fool. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to file a suit against all of them. Well, technically, it's already been sent to the court. I know the court's going to ignore it. Even though we sent the filing fee, the cover sheet, all of that junk, I sent that stuff registered mail. I want them to ignore us, not me, us. You see, I have a power of attorney for every single one of them. And for the rest of you on this planet, for you to understand something about the United States, there's not a single law that prevents me from representing another person. Go ahead. As long as I have their approval, that's where counsel of choice comes from. They don't get to limit counsel of choice. They don't get to dictate who the counsel of choice is. They don't get to say, oh no, you can only have an officer of the court represent you in court. You must be out of your mother. Excuse me. Woosah. Somebody has to make an issue of this. We're not gonna. Hello, are you coming in right now? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Something went wrong. Wait, we gonna play Aloe first because I like this song, y'all. This is I'll be there for you wherever you go. Okay, this song is okay by Aloe. So while trying to help all of these people, ladies and gentlemen, I don't need individuals saying, "Oh, and it's so great what you're doing. Oh, nobody else would do anything." I don't want to hear all of that. That ain't helping. Okay, I just need for people to understand. I do what I do not for you, but I do it for me. Okay, it's selfishness. So let me have my selfish moment. Okay, Joe Biden has his senior moments. Okay, and Trump has his "I'm greater than everybody else" moments. Let me have my selfish moment. Okay, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. You guys are so wonderful. It is so great having you guys around. Okay, now let's deal with the second issue. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why you hear me talking about so many different subjects is because these are the different subjects that people are bringing up. Yes, I can talk about the different subjects because there's knowledge on those different subjects. If I don't have knowledge on it, you see, I don't talk about it. The other day, a young lady, she asked me during a consult, she brought up margin, I think it was margin loans. And I told her, I have not heard the term margin loan before, but I guarantee you, when you explain to me what it is you're trying to do, then I will say to you, oh, no, 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 I know it by this. No, see what you're trying to do. Okay, I said, but go ahead and explain it to me. Then I put it in ChatGPT margin loan. I said, oh, no, 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 no. Okay, it's the same thing as doing a margin call. I said, we just talked about this morning during our trades. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, because I do so much and have been through so much and have done so much, blame it on my father. Don't take my word for it. Blame it on my father. My father told me. Now this is the wrong thinking for any of you. Trust me, this is the wrong thinking. This was how the system told us we needed to do something. Okay, if you learn how to do everything, you'll never be unemployed. Y'all remember that statement that people were told was logical? Well, it's not a good thing now. It was a good thing in the past, but becoming a jack of all trades now doesn't work. Our society doesn't work with jacks of all trades. A jack of all trades can't get a job anymore because they want you to have longevity. Okay, that's why I've done so many other things while doing those so many other things. Hey, hold on, y'all. Let me get some music here. Ladies and gentlemen, I decided to go with Shaka Khan, and she's singing a song called Angel. let's get back to a conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many things that people are having problems with, and they just can't call anybody. You can't call an attorney and ask them the questions you're asking me. You can't go to ChatGPT and ask them the questions that you really want because it's designed not to give you the answer. Ladies and gentlemen, you can schedule a consult and ask your questions and get the answers to your questions. No, there are some things I cannot show you how to do. Some things I can show you how to do because it's just basic, simple stuff. Show you where to go to get the information. See, my job is to give you the tools you need. My job is not to do the work for you. Many of you want me to show you exactly how to do this and how to do that. That's not a consult, people. That's somebody acting as a mentor and a tutor. I'm not your mentor and I'm not your tutor. I never, ever said I would be that for any of you. I don't have time to walk you through things. The consult, you're paying for the knowledge. You're not paying for me to show you how. Now, mind you, I will walk you through and say, and that's why we do the video, because I'm showing you step by step what you need to do. It's your job to understand it, read the rules. No. I'm not going to sit up here and give you everything, because when you get in trouble, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come to me talking about, well, what do I do? You said I needed to do this. So I'm going to show you where to go to get the information, because you are going to have to do your own research. Okay, you're not going to live off of my research. My research is based on years of experience. Your research is going to be based off of your experience. So you can only go as far as your knowledge. You don't have my knowledge. You don't know about the shortcuts. No. Ain't my job to teach you those shortcuts, because those shortcuts come with understanding why they're shortcuts. If I was to explain to you all of the shortcuts, that would take too long. For instance, let me show you a shortcut that none of you know. When you're filing a lawsuit and they tell you have to serve the other party, you don't have to serve the other party. After you serve them the first document, after you send them the first document, you never have to send them another document directly ever again. And it's a technicality. Let me explain why. Hold on, let me find it. I'll be right back. We're not going to pause here, but I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, the CMECF or similar system, this is the electronic mail system with the court. Okay, go and read it. You'll see that every attorney who is operating in the courts, every attorney who is operating in the courts, every attorney who operates in the court must sit up here and waive their right to service. Pay attention, they must waive their right to service and allow service through the clerk of the court through PACER if it's federal court, and if it's not federal court, through whatever system the lower court system sets up. Start the attorney registration process. You will be prompted first to register with PACER, a PACER account. That means they have to pay for that, ladies and gentlemen. I feel for you. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, well, if they have to register with this, and if it's mandatory for the clerk to send them a copy of everything filed on the record, and the clerk of the court is just an officer of the court, they don't actually work for the court, they're independent of the court, they're just filers, well, use them as your process server. And let the court know that's exactly what you're doing, because they waived their right to service. And since they waived their right to service, you are going to use the clerk of the court as a process server. Now you don't have to show proof you mailed out anything. The clerk of the court does it for you. Now, look, nobody else thinks like this. This is the way I've been doing it for years. That's why the courts don't like me. I take their junk and I show them how stupid it is and how logical it is for me to sit up there and create my own shortcuts. Okay? Not a single judge has ever argued with me on this, and they know they can't. That's the first thing. Just want to let y'all know. I don't think like you. What I know is what I know. Nobody told me that. I just got tired of paying all those monies for mailing. That's just a redundancy built into the system that doesn't matter anymore. And if you signed up for the electronic mail system, like I said, I missed the email that the individual sent me, and you missed an email, you have no idea how many cases I get where an attorney did not respond to something in time. And the client had to suffer, and the attorney doesn't get reprimanded for it. Okay? So hammer them with their own stupid system. These are the type of little details, nuances, the little small stuff that I learned along the way that I learned how to get around. I can't explain all it to you heads and from the beginning to the end how I learned that and how I stumbled on it and how I figured it out and how I started doing it and when I started doing it. I can't do all that. You see how long that would take to go through all of those details? So I just simply tell you, the clerk of the court is going to send them a copy. You don't have to mail them a copy. Now, the very first document you do have to send to them. You have to serve them the first document. In a case, the initiating document, but every document after that, you ain't got to do that. Every attorney who becomes an attorney in your case, if he's your attorney or if he's their attorney, he must waive your rights or his client's rights. What do I mean by that? He must do a notice of appearance. He waives your right to challenge the court's jurisdiction, and he accepts the jurisdiction on your behalf so that you can't argue nothing. So whatever the court said, that's how the court acts as if they're God, because y'all are giving them jurisdiction. That's why I did the video the other day saying, hey, I'm here making a showing. I'm here making a visitation on this venue. You are using my name in vain. I ain't gave you permission to use my name in vain. When it comes to my name, I am God. I am the sovereign over my name. You don't get to use my name however you want. My name is not public. That's what you're saying. I ain't gave you permission to blaspheme my name. Oh, them sound like religious words. I don't give a what they sound like. That's just the way it is. And so, because you're using my name in vain, or so I've heard, I'm told you've been having proceedings without my being notified. Now, if you've received a notification that there's a warrant out for your arrest, that means they had a proceeding without notifying you they were seeking a warrant. If a police officer seeks a warrant for your arrest, they have to notify you by law. The Supreme Court said it's a fundamental principle in law that you be notified that a hearing is pending. And if he's requesting, pay attention, requesting a warrant be issued, he can't request that of himself. He has to request that of a judge or the prosecutor. That means that he has to present evidence to them. That's a hearing, people. They can't talk about you without you knowing that they're talking about you. The government can't have secret conversations about you. When they talk about national security, there's no such thing as national security when it comes to your private rights. There is nothing in the Constitution that talks about national security. They just made that junk up. Okay, hold on one other second. Thank you, Shaka, for telling them who you is. Ladies and gentlemen. No, I don't want that. Okay, I can't click on that. That's a PDF. You see where it says the heightened due process standard for notice under blah, blah, blah? Well, that's what we're doing. What I can't do is I gotta this is another case. Oh, they say it all the time. It's just y'all don't know it. Dang it. All right, let's try Natural Reader. Because I took Word off of my system, there's an app, ladies and gentlemen, and it's called App Killer. Okay, And App Killer really shuts down everything on your system if you want. All of the, well, and then I ran a malware spy detector, and Microsoft Word and another program did it. So I had to get rid of my Microsoft Word. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how to do a word search on this. Well, anyway, let me show you, and I'm going to keep this document because I'm going to have to do a word search on it later. But what I don't want is that document right now. So what we're going to do, it says, give me 1 second, whether the Fifth Amendment due process clause is pending or can choose for himself whether to appear, acquiesce, or contest. You see, no one may violate your right to due process. The Fifth Amendment to the Constitution says no one can be put through the process without due process of law. So they can't just issue a stupid warrant without providing notice. Like I said, don't take my word for it. Go read. It says the right to be heard has little reality or worth unless one is informed that a matter is pending and can choose for himself whether to appear. So you don't have to appear. Okay, you can just make a showing. Don't believe me? Man, I wish y'all knew. Now look at all the cases that I'm doing. Look at acquiesce, contest. Look at all of the cases that I'm going through. And it's not the 14th Amendment, even though the Supreme Court likes to highlight that. It's the 15th Amendment, the Bill of Rights, because it applies to all states, not just the federal government. Oh, yeah, we're doing Shaka right now, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all didn't know? Y'all need to pay attention. Now, if y'all didn't know how great this woman was, now, I'm not a Shaka fan when it comes to her beliefs, man, because that's a different story. And I don't tribute her greatness to that. Tribute her greatness to the fact that woman could sing. And I wish they would do a video like they did for Tina Turner. What's Love got to do with it? Because Shaka, that would be a very great movie. Okay? But I don't think they're going to do that. I really don't think so. See, formed that, and it's supposed to be informed, not just formed. Informed that a matter is pending, could choose for himself whether to appear, default, acquiesce, or contest. I always forget the default person. The process of default. I always focus on acquiesce, contest, and forfeit, but it's default is the other one. Okay, those are your choices, and the Supreme Court has continuously ruled that a person has a right to be present. They have a right to notification. Okay, now look at this. I want y'all to pay attention to the title of this case: People Divine v. 30. Wait, hold on. I'm clicking on that because that's a case finder. I ain't United States currency, $30,700. Ladies and gentlemen, there's an Illinois case where somebody's suing money again. Richard A. Devine and the people of the state of Illinois, ex-rel Richard A. Devine, he's saying he's one of the people, and he's suing $37,000. You know what? I just got an idea. I'm dealing with the IRS on something, and I'm getting ready to sue some money. Oh, Lord, I'm getting ready to sue some money. We're going to play. Thank you. I'm so glad I did this video. Oh, Lord. And I got to download this case, too, okay? So let's see if I can do it. No, hold on. I'm going to have to send the link to my computer because this ain't no right click and download. So let me download the link. All right. So no, I ain't gonna open. I just want to download it. All right. Now you just gonna get on out of the way. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, do you see? That's what I do. Okay, and now I get to play because I just figured out a couple of things, ladies and gentlemen. Wait till I sue the tax credits. Oh God, I'm sorry. I am a genius. Sorry. I tried to explain to all of you in the other video about the arbitration, the video done yesterday, and all you got to, it has arbitration in the title. Well, no, I don't know. It doesn't have arbitration in the title. It tells you how to turn your tax credits and all of that stuff. So it talks about tax credits. It was done yesterday. Today is, I think, the 20th. So it would have been done the day before today. I don't know what today is, y'all. I can't tell y'all what today is because it's the 20th according to the security system. So the 20th, it would have been done on the 19th, and it was done yesterday afternoon. I've already had a couple of people chime as to how great it is. Everybody is trying to figure out how to create tax credits. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been showing you since 2018 how to create tax credits. Well, actually, since before then, but 2018. That's why I said I was gonna create my tax credits. Ooh, what you gonna do? Hey, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just know I ain't gonna be doing this too much longer because I gotta go back to getting up and taking care of. Oh, why the 11 and a half hours of sleep? Now, I've been getting sleep all week, but I needed the continuous sleep. Even though it was split up today, 5 and 6 hours, I needed the continuous sleep so that I can focus today, not answering no phone. I could focus today on the motion that ended up missing last Sunday that I completed last Saturday. You see, it took me a full week so that I can focus on it in the best interest of our clients. And now I think it's going to be even 3 times as good as it was when I finished it last week. I was proud of it last week. You have no idea how proud I was of that document. So now they got to deal with me. All right, we're supposed to be having some storms and rain today, and it's a perfect day. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let y'all know something else. I went to the store. The store here is a grocery outlet. Got to travel 85 miles to get to the grocery outlet. And I go to the grocery outlet and I don't really need nothing. My refrigerator and freezer is full. Lord have mercy. But I buys me some um let me see. Um um sorry about that. I buy me some sorry, I'm an idiot. I I'm sorry, I know people who talk like that from time to time. I buy me some shrimp, but this is buffalo shrimp. It already has the breading on the side, everything. Man, I put that in the air fryer. I left it in too long because it was really crispy, but crispy enough to be enjoyable. Oh God, it's a pound. Okay, now I used to. There was a in Los Angeles. There was a restaurant called Stevie's on the Strip, the old Stevie's on the Strip, not that current junk. The current junk was taken over by, and I'm gonna say it, Koreans. It's not the same. The original Stevie's on the Strip, and it received this name for a specific reason. But the original Stevie's on the Strip, ladies and gentlemen, you go there, you pop these shrimp in your mouth. Oh God, didn't need no sauce or nothing. You just pop the shrimp in your mouth and it's like it melted. It was so perfect. You could not, I promise you, you didn't want nothing else to go with it. You didn't want no sauce. The seasoning, man, perfect. You ate, man, with no problem. Well, hold on. I introduced several people to that, and that's all they would eat was that shrimp. Okay, it wasn't something we did every day because that junk was expensive. We did that at the end of every week, especially me. I did that every Friday. So every Friday night, I would have shrimp, and I would buy some for me. And if I had some friends with me, we would sit down, we would eat our shrimp. Okay, Stevie's on the Strip. Well, right now, that's somebody's took it and bagged it. Okay, and they did it at grocery outlet. And I went and bought some, put it in the air fryer yesterday, and that junk was good. So, I, man, perfect. All right, hey, thanks, Shaka Khan. I don't know what they're gonna do for you, woman, but woman like me is what she said. So I don't know what they're gonna do for a woman like you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I told you when we first started that we were gonna talk about two things. As you see, we've talked about everything. Why? Because when people are asking for these consults, that's the situation. They bring up what's going on. And my job is to help them through whatever issues they're having. There has not been one time where a person has asked me or told me about a problem that I didn't have at least 5 solutions for them. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I have to give you this warning. When you're doing the arbitrations, you have to keep the numbers reasonable. All right, let's give it to you now. The end of this video. Let's turn down Shaka for just a second so I can explain it. The way the contracts work, ladies and gentlemen, the contracts work this way. By law, you have to have a prior relationship with the party. Just that simple. And you have the right, there is no law, but you have the right to do what's known as a notice of change in terms of agreement, because you have the right to contract. So if you want to change the terms in the agreement, you just need the other party's consent. Well, how do you get their consent? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you send them the contract, and the contract has an opt-out clause, and it has a respond by date clause, which is 10 business days or calendar days. Sorry, calendar days. Everything is calendar days. 3-day opt-out, 3 calendar day opt-out clause. And when they don't respond, or if they want more time, they only get 10 days. They don't get more than 10 days. Okay? IRS and the government like to claim they want 60. Now, hey, when y'all all start doing this, they're going to be responding real quick from this point forward. So all you got to do to get a response from them regarding any paperwork, oh, and they can't do half and half. They can't respond to part of it and not the other half. Oh, God, no. So the way that Bradley and I enhanced it, Bradley Christopher Stark, the way that he did it is he simply sat up there and added that there'll be no extension of the 10 days. And if you fail to provide the information being requested, see, they can't provide half of it because that's what they like to do, only respond partially. Well, that constitutes as a non-reply. And you opt back into the agreement. Ta-da! So it's a catch-22 document. They either provide the information or they don't. But they must provide what you're requesting. You're only requesting information you have a right to. The documents, the files, the whole shabungle, okay, and shebang, caboodle. Hey, I am going to tell you something good. This video going to end after I finish explaining this, Shaka. Ladies and gentlemen, after you send the contract to them, they will not supply you the documents you're requesting. You don't give them an impossibility. You give them a request for something that you have a right to, and that is the entire file. And you tell them you want it in electronic format. You don't want it in paper format. Why would you want them to send you thousands of papers in paper format? Now, got to remind them that contract reminds them that they're the custodian of record. Now, as the custodian of record, they're required to have these files readily available for your inspection. Okay? They don't send them to you. They automatically opt into the agreement. That's why you send them a notice of fault, opportunity to cure. Hey, I haven't heard from you. Y'all supposed to respond within 10 days. But because you haven't responded in 10 days, tell you what, I don't want to just assume that you didn't respond. So I just need you to send me proof that you responded within the 10-day statute of limitations, and we can move on. But if you fail to provide proof that you responded within the 10-day statute of limitations according to the terms of the agreement between the parties, or that you opted out within the 3 calendar day period according to the terms of the agreement, then I'll have to issue a notice of default. You have 10 calendar days to provide that information. After that 10 calendar days, you send them a notice of fault, opportunity to cure. Notice of default, intent to arbitrate. Hey, you guys didn't send what you were supposed to send. Oh, shame on you. Hey, look, I'm going to go ask the arbitrator whether or not you're in default. Now, you can use your grandmama as an arbitrator. You can use the sister, brother, mother, but they got to be listed in the contract. Got to go watch the videos on arbitration so that you understand this. Once you complete the arbitration, ta-da. Now hold on. Do you have to complete the arbitration? No. You simply say, you know what? Why would we have to burden an arbitrator? You're in default. I know you're in default. Look, I'm gonna do the Christian thing, or I'm gonna do the atheist thing, or I'm gonna do the Buddhist thing, and I'm gonna forgive you. Okay? What? What? Atheists forgives people, don't they? Buddhists forgives people, don't they? So I'm gonna do whatever thing it is you need to do. Oh, something? Tell me something. I'm gonna do the tell me something good thing, and I'm gonna forgive you. Okay? That's all. And I'm gonna forgive you. And I'm gonna write off this debt. That's how you get your tax credits, people. And guess what they can't do? They can't tell you that you can't do that. They can't tell you that that's not a bona fide debt. Of course it is. You have a prior relationship, a prior agreement. You're going to be the one needing to explain this. So go back over what I just said. Go back over the arbitration videos. Understand how debts are created, people. They're created by agreements. No debt is created without an agreement in this current environment. I told you, the matrix is the economy. They created an economy. Okay? They created the economy. The economy didn't exist before they created it. And that's how they create debts, because you participate in the economy. You're supposed to be writing off your debts. And most of you didn't know that. You're supposed to be writing off all of your expenses. Don't listen to the IRS. The IRS is not government. Don't you guys understand? The IRS is a private corporation. Don't go by the IRS publications. The IRS don't run nothing. Go by the law. Okay? The government is supposed to be providing for your necessities. For your necessities, you get to write off your necessities, people. I don't know. I keep trying to yell and scream and nobody pays attention. I know lightning bolts and light bulbs and smoke and steam and cranking and turning of wheels because somebody just picked up on it. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that if I have a right to a home, that I get to write off the total amount of my home? If I have a right to transportation, I get to write off the total amount of the car? Oh God, are you telling me that everything I spend that's a necessity, I get to write it off on my taxes every year? Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the year, if you do not have, pay attention to what I just said, $13,950 in your bank account. If you do not have $13,950 plus, in other words, anything over $13,950 extra in your account every year, then you haven't earned an income under the law. Income is after expenses, not before. It's what you take in. Income. It's what you bring in, not what goes out. It's not the IRS publications that define income. It's not Congress who defines income. It's the actual reality that defines income. Y'all need to understand that. The word income means income. You can't look it up on Google because Google is going to give you the Internal Revenue Service definition. You have to look up the word in an English dictionary. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. How about us? Champagne! Let's do the income thing. I need to keep that, so we're going to keep that page right there. Why can't we? Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you see how it gives us the definition? Pay attention. It gives us the legal definition. So let's go here. Okay. Now, derived from capital or labor. Income is not derived from labor, ladies and gentlemen. Labor is bartering. Your labor in exchange for whatever it is they're supposed to give you. That's not income. That's a trade. Hold on, man. Remember they call it a trade or business or trade? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're trading your labor for a meal, the meal is not considered income. Hold on now. Y'all need to understand. Y'all need to understand. Now, pay attention. You see, what's the difference between profit and income? I love that because that's the principle you need to understand. Profit supply means the revenue that remains after expenses. Ooh, girl! I could not have said it better. It insists on several levels depending on exists on several levels depending on the type of costs are deducted from the revenue. Net income, also known as net profit, is a single number representing specific types of profit. Net income is the renowned bottom line for financial statements. Ladies and gentlemen, after expenses, not your gross, not your total, but after expenses is how the taxes are supposed to be done. I wish y'all I wish y'all would stop listening to these so-called advisors or these so-called economics professors, lawyers, whoever they are. Hey, ooh, ooh. I've been doing what? You shouldn't have been staring at that photograph, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to bring this to a close, but why can't we bring it to a close this way? Look, I show you things and you see they're logical. Look, an income of to qualify, you must have an income of $24,000 or less. Pay attention. This is Cambridge. The income has to be. Well, look, my employment is not income. No, I'm doing the work. That's not income. I'm putting forth. Pay attention. Value. So I'm contributing. So it's not income. They're just reimbursing me for the expense. Ladies and gentlemen, companies get to write off their expense. It's called net operating losses. Go look it up. If a company gets to write off its net operating losses, and remember, companies want to be people too. Hobby Lobby, Swift voters. Supreme Court said companies are people too. They got constitutional rights. So equal protection of law says that they get to write off their losses, I get to write off my losses. They get to write off their business expenses, I get to write off my business expense. If a company gets to write off its expenses and doesn't have to count that junk in its income, then why do you as a person have to do it? If a company gets to write that junk off, why do you not get to write it off? If they don't have to include the total amount they took in their taxes, why are you said that you have to do it? So again, you do not include your expenses with your end of the year taxes. And if you fall below the poverty line, then you are tax free as far as filing and having to pay taxes. Y'all got to do your own research. I can't keep telling you all this stuff because you're not going to listen to me. You're going to go listen to those idiots who are programmed to tell you so they can keep taking money out of your pocket. Your expenses are counted just like a business after expenses. Your income is counted after expenses. Companies earn revenue, you earn income. Pay attention to the difference. They want you to think there's a difference and there isn't. They call yours income tax. That's why you should be filing as a sole proprietor. But you won't listen to me. I've been saying this and screaming this since 1992, people. Literally. And nobody listens. Okay? I'm going to stop trying, Champagne. I be trying, but these people won't listen to me. No, I'm not going to try no more with them. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to go. But maybe y'all can try again. I know. Y'all have a good day. Wait, hold on now. That's what I was waiting for. Gotta go.